morning, girls. Can you guess where we are today? We're in the apple orchard. We've been spending so much time learning about apples. I thought it would be cool to read you a story from an actual apple orchard. Have you ever been to an apple orchard? It's so much fun to go to the apple orchard and pick the apples yourself. There's all different kinds of apples growing here. What's your favorite kind of apple? I like the green ones the best. I'm going to read you a story today. It's called Bad Apple, and it is a tale of friendship and is by Edward Hemingway. Mac was a good apple. He shared his toys with other apples, helped Granny Smith pick up after art class, and loved to dive fearlessly into the watering hole. On a sunny day, Mac could bob for hours. On cloudy days, Mac would search for the perfect pillow of green grass and take a long nap. In his dreams, it was always sunny, but one day, Mac lay sleeping. It began to rain. Soon, all the little creatures in the earth around him poked their heads out to look for higher ground. Some of them were found safely under the large toadstool. Others crawled into stones and pebbles. But one small worm had another idea. When Mac woke up, he was covered in raindrops, and he wasn't alone. "You just won't believe the dream I had. A funny little worm was tickling me right here. And now I can't seem to get him out of your head. It was you." And that's how Mac met Will. Will showed Mac how to fly a kite, fly by himself, and play in the dirt. He loved making a mess. Mac took his new friend to the watering hole to clean off. He couldn't remember a better day. Until he took Will to the orchard. "Look at Mac. He's got worms. Mac's a rotten apple." "I'm not rotten. Quite sweet, actually." So they left. Those are some not nice apples, right? Will cheered Mac up by reading aloud from some of his favorite novels. He was a bit of a bookworm. Mac liked the adventure stories best. He also liked it when Will finished his sentences for him. The most exciting part is when the pirates find treasure in the dirt. But the next day it happened again. "Ha ha, it's the bad apple. Ew, worms." And no one in the orchard would play with them, not even the crab apples. Bad apple. Crab apples can be so mean. That night, the two friends sat alone on the grass without saying a word. In the morning, Will was nowhere to be found. Will left a note. "You are a good apple." From Will. Where did Will go? Mac went back to playing with his orchard friends, diving fearlessly into the watering hole and painting in Granny Smith's class. But nothing was the same. There was a hole in Mac that he couldn't fill. Not just a big hole, just a teeny tiny little, a small hole big enough to fit. And nobody finished his sentences. Mac had to find Will. He searched low and high and in between, in the dirt, around the watering hole, and just when he had given up all hope, He looked up in the sky. Who's flying that kite? I wonder if that's Will. It is Will with his pack of books. Mac knew he'd rather be a bad apple with Will than a sad apple without him. I was hoping I could. Help me turn the pages? How did you know? Because you will always be a good apple in my book. Good and happy. And there's nothing bad about that. Will was a really good friend to Mac, and Mac was a really good friend to Will. We've learned a lot about friendship this week, haven't we? Getting to know you, boys and girls, these last few weeks and watching you play in my classroom, I know I have a lot of good friends in my class. You're just like Mac and Will. Well, I'm going to enjoy my time in the apple orchard, and I'm going to eat one of these nice juicy apples I picked. Maybe you can ask your mommies or daddies or grandmas or grandpas to take you to an apple orchard soon. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you soon in class. Bye.